Good afternoon. The green energy revolution was under scrutiny yesterday for making the massive power cuts much worse. A state of emergency was declared last night and 30,000 police officers were deployed as part of security measures to deal with the situation. Spain's increasing reliance on solar and wind was said to have exacerbated the power cuts because the renewables can make the grid less stable. As of this morning, the grid's operator said it was able to supply virtually all of the country's demand. However, railway infrastructure operator Adif said most trains nationwide were not running. Catherine Porter, an independent energy consultant, said the more you have wind and solar on the grid, the less stable the grid becomes, and so the harder it is to manage faults. Eduardo Prieto, the head of operations at Red Electrica, said the situation was unprecedented, calling the event exceptional and extraordinary, whilst Teresa Ribeiro, the European Commission Executive Vice President, tasked with promoting clean energy, called the incident one of the most serious episodes recorded in Europe in recent times. Authorities are still seeking to determine the exact cause of the outage, but experts have floated some possible scenarios as to why it occurred. Juanma Moreno, the president of the Andalusian regional government, said that a cyber attack has not been ruled out and advised citizens to be cautious. However, the cyber attack claim has been refuted by officials, including Pedro Sanchez, Portugal's prime minister, and the president of the European Council. The power outage sparked mayhem at airports yesterday. There were, however, no complete closures, as airports were operating on backup generators. ENAIR, the air navigation manager, said that air traffic control had resumed to normal this morning at the three control centres affected by the outage: Madrid, Barcelona and Sevilla. Despite this, many flights are cancelled or delayed as services return to normal. ENAIR is advising passengers to check the status of their flight with the airline before travelling to the airport. And there was still no power at the Caja Magica tennis complex that is hosting the Madrid Open this morning, putting in jeopardy the resumption of play after several matches had to be cancelled yesterday. Tournament organisers said the opening of the gates for fans was delayed because of the outage. They did not immediately announce any scheduled change regarding the matches. Among those games expected today is the second-ranked Alexander Zverev facing Francisco Cerundolo. On the women's side, the remaining 6 four-round matches were scheduled, including top-ranked Anya Sabalenka facing Peyton Stearns and the second-ranked Iga Swiatek taking on Diana Schneider. And remote regions of Greenland lost access to key satellite services, including internet and telephones, so the Arctic Islands Telecoms Group said late yesterday, adding it would investigate whether this was related to the massive power blackout here. Greenland's Tusas Telecoms company said it had lost connection to the satellite equipment based in Spain that provides telephone, internet, TV and radio services. That's the latest from TRE. I'm Bob James.